Hey, this is Bret Hamilton with Constant Forward Progress. I'm coming to you via Breaking Muscle. I have 5 strategies that you can use to become a more effective teacher. Okay, so if you're a coach working with clients in a personal training gym, health club, or if you're a coach working with athletes, these strategies could really benefit you. Okay, so the very first strategy that I like to go over is just to speak loudly and clearly. Speaking from the diaphragm down here by kind of pushing the air up from your stomach and out your mouth will help you project a lot better, versus if you try to speak from your chest a lot and taking breaths from here, and then eventually I start to run out of air and I can't project and be as loud, okay? The second thing is be concise, okay? When you're working with athletes or personal training clients, they don't really care why we're doing something, unless every once in a while you may get one that really wants to know those things, and by all means explain it to them. But most people really don't care why you're doing it, so don't give them a huge spiel on what the heck you're doing, the reasons why behind it and everything. Give them the bare minimum cues that will get them to do the movement correctly. Okay, so for example, when you're getting somebody set up to do a deadlift, give them just a couple of cues that will help their body position itself correctly without them overthinking the movement. Okay? And the third thing is to be aware of your own body language when you're speaking in a group setting or one-on-one with a person, okay? Don't have your hands in your pockets. Don't have your shoulders slumped forwards, okay? Think about how you're presenting yourself to other people. No matter how insecure you may feel during the presentation or during the session, for whatever reason, don't let people know that you feel that way. They will pick up on it and they won't respect you as much and they won't trust you as much. So make sure that you're aware of the kind of body language that you're giving off to people. And a side note to this one is to also be aware of where you're positioning your body in relation to either a small group, a class setting, or even in a one-on-one session. Don't position your body in such a way where you can only see certain things. For example, if you're in a large group setting, don't position your body in the center of the classroom or in the gym so that you can only see half of your pupils at one given time. Make sure that you can see everyone from all angles, okay? So position yourself maybe from the corner of a room so that you can see everybody at one time. If you're working with one client, don't stand at one angle the whole time. If you're watching somebody do a kettlebell swing from the side, they could be shifting their hips laterally and you would never even know it because it looks great from a profile view, but you wouldn't know it unless you look at them from behind or at an angle. So make sure that you can see everything and that you're constantly moving and flowing about the classroom. And the fourth thing is to make it interactive. Especially when you're teaching new skills to people, bring them into it. Ask them questions, get feedback from them, even if it's wrong. Get the juices flowing though, and by asking questions that will promote thinking, and even if they don't want to, it'll still help them process why they're doing it and how to make it better for their own body. So bringing an example up is and a good practice would be to ask them beforehand if it would be okay to have them be an example, and then bring them up instead of putting them on the spot. Some people don't like that. But yes, make it interactive, make it fun for the group, especially when it is a larger group. People will really enjoy that. And the last thing is to reinforce constantly, okay? If you teach somebody a skill one day and they don't have it the next day, don't be surprised, don't get upset. It's going to take time and it's going to take patience on your part, so keep reinforcing that skill over and over again. And if you use a cue that you've used with somebody else and it worked like the first time, you're like, yes, I'm awesome, and you just thought like that was the cue and it doesn't work on the next person, don't freak out. It probably was just, for whatever reason, that person's brain does not function the same. It doesn't learn the same, okay? Just like having this whiteboard here with the bullet points is probably helpful for some of you who are, they're taking notes on this versus somebody who's just hearing it and absorbing it. Everybody learns a little bit differently, okay? So have enough variety of cues that you can reinforce things a little bit differently if somebody doesn't get it the first time. for example, a great cue for setting your hip hinge is to chop your hands into your hip flexors. And some people are like, well, what the heck are my hip flexors? They're not going to know it. So visually cue them into it. Have them physically chop their hands into the creases of their hips until they get what that means. And eventually they'll get it, and you just keep reinforcing that. So there's 5 points there. Start to apply them in your own coaching, and you'll probably get better very quickly. So again, this is Bret Hamilton. I'm with Constant Forward Progress, coming to you via Breaking Muscle. Don't forget to subscribe to Breaking Muscle's YouTube channel. If you want to see more of my stuff, head on over to my website, constantforwardprogress.com, and I have a video library there as well. Thanks for watching. Take care.